All right, welcome to Tuesday afternoon, 2 o'clock yoga. Today we're doing some cyclist specific yoga stuff with a sun salutation warm up. So let's get to it. Gonna do about 5 to 8 repetitions of our sun salutations A to get us warmed up, and then we'll go into the sequence. All right, let's get going. Stand real tall. Oh, arms to the ceiling. Oh, feet about hip width apart. Whew. Let's just stretch that belly for a second. And let's get it going. Okay, good. Front fold, halfway fold, front fold, chaturanga, cobra, down dog. Woo, hang out here for a second. First down dog of the day. Woo, yeah. Back to the top. That's a very short sequence. Waking up the sun salutations. Forward fold, halfway up. Forward fold. Chaturanga, cobra, down dog. Whew. Jump it to the center. And up. Forward fold. Halfway up. Forward fold. Chaturanga, cobra, down dog. Couple more times. To the center. And up. And forward fold. Halfway up. Forward fold. Chaturanga to cobra. And down dog. One more time for warm up. Woo! Forward fold. Halfway up. Forward fold. Chaturanga to cobra to down dog. Woo, I'm sweating already. All right, let's just hang out here for a second and work that down dog. Get those shoulders, chest close to the mat. Woo. Pedal it out for a second. And come to standing. Woo. All right, now we're gonna go about 5 to 6 breaths in each pose. So I'm slowing way down. All right, now we've got our mountain. Gazing up. Oh. Arms overhead. Stretch out that belly. Feet about hip width apart. Looking up to the sky. And release. Get some good shoulder shrugs up and down. Hold it for about 1 breath each. And some shoulder rotations to the front. Focusing on joints today. And to the back. We're going to take a waist rotation to each side and hang out here. Standing twist to the right. Looking over your shoulder. A few breaths here. Make sure you're breathing into this section of your body. And to the left, bring it around the other side. You should feel your breath right here on the opposite side. And coming to center. Whew. We've got back up into our mountain, hands above, and then we're going to bring our hands to the back and clasp in the back, stretching and opening that chest. Breathe into the chest. And releasing. Those arms float around for a minute. Release that tension. We've got tree pose, low tree pose to each side. Do this on this non-squishy mat. With our arms overhead. So we're going to keep the feet low. You're going to feel your glute engaged, your quad engaged on your standing foot. And release. Ground yourself on the other side. Take the other foot up low. Hands raised. Hands overhead. And release. Whew. When we're back to mountain, hands overhead, feet shoulder width apart. Stretch up to that sky, looking tall, looking up at the ceiling, the sky if you can. Whew. And release. We've got one leg pose. You're going to bring your knee up and just hold it right here. A few breaths. And to the other side. This is a balancing pose, a strength pose. You'll feel it in both legs. I'm going to keep this leg straight. Like a tabletop. And we're down. Whew. Moving into knee to chest, standing wind releasing pose. And the other side. Make sure you've got your balance in the other's foot. Now, all these poses you can get even deeper, more dynamic with each time you do them. And release. Whew. Back to our tree. Let's go medium depth this time. Hands at center. And release. Other side. Hands to center. And release. Now, this next one is kind of fun. It's going to be tree again, so take your option. We're going to put our arms completely out. This is tree with branches, straight out. And eventually you can do a bending tree with branches, where you tilt a swaying tree. Really good balance work. Very nice. Feel all those little muscles in the ankle working, and the glute actually starts getting engaged. And release the other side. Woo. It's got to get your center of gravity switched back over to the other side. And release. Now here's the pose that we worked on last week. Coming back at us, the eagle pose. Let's take the right arm up underneath first and wrap the right leg. And you can sit down a little bit if you like. And release. Switching to the other side. Left arm up under. Left leg wraps around. And release. Whew. Good job. Let's fold it out. We're halfway fold. Let's stretch that back out. Hands on the knees and just kind of stretch that backwards. Whew. Heading into our full fold. Just let everything hang. Spread the feet just a little bit farther. Stretch that lower back out. Let the head release. Let the head just dangle. Be weighty. And we're back up into our standing mountain. Be careful as you're coming up, don't come up too quickly. Mountain, and let's do a little bit deeper of a back bend this time. And release. Ooh, settling into our chair. And straight into our chair with our heels lifted slightly. And release. Whew. The next one is our goddess. So the legs are a little farther apart, almost like a squat. But not quite. Legs are a little bit farther apart, knees are out. It's a powerful pose. Kind of gets a section of the leg that doesn't get worked very often. And let's gently lift the heels on that as well. Whew. And release. Whew, shake it out, shake it out. Go back into our goddess real quick. And take a twist to the right. Few breaths. And to the left. And release. And back into our mountain pose. Oh, let's do another back bend. Should be breathing right up into here. Ooh. Now we're into actually a squat. So the weight is a little bit different. Weight is in your heels now for the squat. Just hold it for a minute. You can rest your arms on your knees. If it's accessible to you, put one leg, extend one leg. Whew. Hard. That's a tough one. And the other side. Just give it a whirl. One leg. Extensions. Ah! That's gonna be what we work on. Woo, yeah. Woo. Back up. Let's take a nice wide, deep fold and release that lower back real quick in between. Woo. Lock the hands out. Stretching those hammies, glutes out. Woo. Let's come into a kneeling lunge. Knee down. Woo. Let's have the right leg up. Hand on the knee. Just kind of push forward into that so that you're stretching this area right here. Feel it in your hip flexor. Go a little deeper, a couple more breaths here. Feel it all the way up into here. Whew. Let's take that back. Other direction. Whew. Even it out. Let's do the other side. Left leg forward, right knee to the ground, stretching that right hip flexor. in the inner thigh. And take it back. And release, right leg to the front again. Picking up off of that knee into our official low lunge. Put your hands on your knee or beside you on the mat. Whatever's more comfortable. This is going to be stretching this part right here. Knee to chest. Deepen into that pose. Release. Let's do a down dog in between these two. Stretch it out, get that chest close to the ground. Bringing the left foot forward for a low lunge. With the hands on either side. Knee to the chest. You can feel it right in here. And let's go back into down dog, cleansing that pose. Whew. And right leg comes up again, and we're into lizard this time. Knee goes out, arms come to the inside of the foot. You can even come down onto your elbows if you like. Just deepening that stretch in all different directions. Notice we're getting closer and closer to the ground in this workout. And down dog. Woo. And lizard on the left side. Don't be surprised if each side of your body is completely different. This side can't get down quite as much as the other side. And back into down dog. Woo. Now we're going into full pigeon. So right foot comes into front, spreading the leg back, spread out, and we're just gonna lay down on it. So we're at about the most intense part of the stretch at this point. Just stretch into it, breathe into it. Wherever you feel tension in that leg right there, just breathe into it. Allow it to release. And let's unwind from that. Come back into our down dog. Just a second. And left foot forward for our pigeon. Get comfortable or bearably uncomfortable. 2 more breaths here. And let's unwind. Do 1 more down dog. Whew. Pedal it out, pedal it out. Those shoulders close to the ground. Stretch out that lower back. And let's come into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Sit bones as close to the feet as you can get them. Head on the hands. And just relax. And coming out of child's pose, let's go ahead and lay down on the back. Stretching the legs full out. Stretching the arms full out overhead. Bring them to rest next to your body, palms up. Make sure your back is in full contact with the floor. Relax all those muscles in your back. You can also take your hands one to belly, one to heart if you like that pose. Just let your feet fall to the side. And just breathe. Feel all the sensations of the muscles that we've worked today. All those little connector stabilizer muscles in the ankles and the hips, the hip flexors, quads, the hamstrings, all those important joints. All that balance, the balance points. So important to be strong on those balance points. Be able to adjust on the fly when you're on the bike. Balance changes all the time, so you got to be ready, strong with your flexibility and your stability. Be ready for anything. Two more breaths here. Let's start wiggling the fingers and the toes, bringing awareness back if you've taken a little trip away. Let's roll from side to side, reactivating the lower back. And come to one side, up to seated position. Let's take a few head rolls. And we are done. Namaste.